Houston Running Zone, the ultimate podcast for runners in the Houston area, featuring the everyday runners who inspire us, clubs, gear, races, and runcations. Houston, we've got the runs.
Today in the zone, we have an amazing marathon runner, but more importantly, she is the president of the 100% volunteer-based Houston Area Road Runners Association, which is also known as HARRA. So welcome to the zone, June Harris.
Thank you, Keith, and thank you for having me on. I appreciate the invitation. To introduce everyone to HARRA, I'd like to say that Houston Area Road Runners Association advocates for the entire Houston running community. And we work with Houston area parks when they're working on parks improvements. We work with the Houston Marathon and some of their planning. We are a partner with Houston Safe Streets Coalition, and we provide financial support for some of the grassroots organizations in our area, such as Bellinizio, which helps women overcome addiction and incarceration through teaching them healthy lifestyles through running and diet. So we contribute to Bellinizio. We also contribute to Run for Wellness, which is an organization that provides free timed 5K races in area parks. Of course, right now they're not able to hold live races, but
now that's normally every 2 weeks. Is they normally would do it?
No, they do it once a month.
Once a month.
You may be thinking of the park run, which I think was every 2 weeks. But Houston Wellness has a couple of locations in parks where they provide these free timed 5K runs, and very few of the HARRA membership go to these runs. These are actually reaching neighborhood people that are not connected to the running community. So, so we support their efforts to get people involved. And then we support Girls on the Run as well, which is in the schools and teaches girls to be more confident through running. In late last year, we nominated the city of Houston to receive the Runner Friendly Community designation through Road Runners Club of America.
Now, how did you go about doing that? Was it like you just kind of submitted a form with RRCA, or how did that work out?
The nomination, the application process is on the RRCA website, but it's not a simple process. And I think that's why Houston is the largest city to have it, because it takes so much time to get everything together for this nomination. So you have to provide information showing that there are areas in our running community where people can run 5 miles without having to cross a street or without encountering a stoplight. And we have several areas like that. I mean, we have Buffalo Bayou, we have Memorial Park, Seabrook Trails, Terry Hershey Park. So we, working with the Houston Parks Association, we were able to provide maps showing those areas. And
so for the HARRA membership, you're actually, it's all volunteer. So it's not like you're paying someone's salary. So the money's going to obviously the community, as well as making the runner community safe. And now for the trails or the 5 miles, or without having crossed major streets, is there like somewhere on your site that has this information? Or if not, we'll put it in the show notes.
I don't think it's on the site. I mean, I can send you what I.
Well, give us some of your favorites. You said obviously Seabrook. Well, that's my neck of the woods.
Is one of my favorites. And Buffalo Bayou. I mean, they redid the trail along Buffalo Bayou maybe over 5 years ago, and of course it's been affected by some of the floods we've had, and they've had to repair. But when they were planning to redo the trails there, they actually had 2 people on their board or on the advising committee that were members of HARRA. It was before my time, but Lisa Ferranda worked with them. And then one of the city council members, that's a runner, and I forget his name. But anyway,
that trail is beautiful. I mean, you could park.
It really is
anywhere.
Nice, and it's a 5-mile trail. And now, you can run under Shepherd Drive and continue down to Memorial Park, and make it a longer run. But at some point you will cross roads. But anyway.
And you got to do like a whole part with the mayor too, right? The little proclamation.
Well, that's just it. Now, as part of the application process, we had to have a letter from the mayor's office. So I was working with them. So when we got notification from RRCA that we received the designation, the mayor's office was the first office I contacted and said, "Hey, we've got this. We're the largest city in the country to have this." And so immediately they reached out and said, "Well, we want to do a presentation, a proclamation for Runner Friendly Community Day." So we actually met with City Council in March and got the proclamation from the members and all. It was really a special day for us.
That's super cool. I got excited, but you said Terry Hershey Park, other places to run around Houston. Is that West Side?
Terry Hershey Park, is just outside the Loop. I think, just outside the Loop.
Okay.
Or the Beltway. The Beltway.
Oh yeah,
on the west side of town.
I know it's part of TIR, but by that time it's the second day, and I'm pretty much foggy.
Terry Hershey, and then George Bush Park is part of TIR as well.
That's the one. Believe. Thank you.
Yeah. So we have so many great parks, and then Herman Park. Oh my gosh, that's where I've been running lately because their trails are so wide that you can socially distance there easily. And
is that also attached to the Rice trails?
You can. Separate? Well, it is, but you have to cross Fannin or Main Street. You have to cross the Main Street, but it's a safe crossing. Okay. But you can stay on the east side of Main Street and run all around and get up to 5 miles and stuff, and run near the zoo, and it's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Well, obviously most people think HARRA is like a running club, which it is. And, remember for whatever it is, $30 or whatever. But there's, like me, I'm part of several running clubs. I know you talked at the Marathon Expo about the different running clubs. 'Cause so many people are like, well, running clubs, I mean, you have to be serious. And absolutely not, because I'm the back of the pack runner.
Both of us are.
Without us, the front half would not be possible. Top half.
That's
whatever.
Right.
But what are the different running clubs so people kind of know what to look for?
Well, you can find the running clubs on the HARRA site, and that's harra.org. And you can find running clubs that you can click on the different clubs on the map. There's a map that has spots for the clubs, and you can click on a club that may be in your area where you live or where you work. And then when you do that, it lets you know those running clubs when they're having their group runs, their typical weekly group runs. And then you can find out if that club's going to fit your schedule and the location fits your location. So, we have running clubs all over Houston, up to Cypress, down to Clear Lake, Pearland. So, they're everywhere around Rice and all. So I encourage everyone to try to join a running club because number one, for friendships, but it's safer to run with someone.
Oh yeah. Big point.
Yeah. And then you have accountability. Being accountable to someone to show up to run makes you more consistent in your running. And then, it makes us all healthier too.
There's a lot of social clubs too, right? I mean, you look at all the, was it FFP
almost
running?
All of them have a social aspect to it.
Yeah, that's the excuse. That's why they stay in.
Yes. And that's the friendships that you build and stuff. I will say that over half of our membership are not associated with the running club. So HARRA is their club. But I strongly encourage people to get attached to a running club. I mean, the friendships there are just amazing.
Yeah, because you're looking at, $20, $30 just for a typical running club. But I know there's some free ones. Was FFP running? Was that? Were they like Brian O'Neill's, which is now somebody else?
Well, it's almost every bar around Houston. You could do a free run from a bar every day of the week in Houston from different, there's West, is it what?
Challenge accepted. Or it's
yeah, well, you could. And I can't name them all. But anyway.
Was it Brian O'Neill's turned into something else a long time ago, but it tells you how old I am. But
yeah, but they're all connected with the FFP thing. Okay. Almost.
And then the second tier would be like the Striders, Bayou City Road Runners, Bay Area Running Club.
Right.
I think they're a little bit more serious where they get, you can $20, $30. Everyone, like, they love their gear. Like, I see all you're in purple or yellow. The Striders are in red, Sparks in blue. And I think it's like the camaraderie is just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's nice to see the cooperation through all the clubs now. I mean, we don't have it this year, but at Christmas time, it's neat when the different clubs are having their Christmas lights run and they're inviting people from other clubs, or when people are gearing up for the marathon and the last long run before the Houston Marathon, usually the running clubs open it up to anybody who want to join them for that. So it's always nice to see the cooperation between all the clubs.
Oh yeah, it's super cool. But yeah, I just kind of want to talk about, it was last week or the week before, I kind of noticed an email or talking about being a little bit more proactive and being inclusive and making sure everybody feels included. This isn't a political party. This is more just, people feel included. You kind of mentioned what you're kind of doing with HARRA, like there's a whole committee about this.
Yes, we have started a diversity inclusion committee. And the fact is, HARRA membership application, or it's not an application, membership registration, we don't ask ethnicity at all. We don't care. But if you look at our clubs and the people running together, there is a visible lack of Black representation. And because of the visible lack of representation, it can be thought that maybe Black runners did not feel welcome. And we don't want that. But the main problem is the Black running clubs, and there are many, they didn't even know about HARRA. So that's back to my comment at the beginning that we do a poor job of making ourselves known in the community. We have started this diversity inclusion committee, and Black Men Run have joined HARRA, that running club. And then Zone Fitness Club just joined HARRA, and Black Girls Run will be joining very soon.
Oh, super cool. Well, it wasn't intentional, I'd imagine, because you look at all the running clubs, and yes, there's everybody in different running clubs, but yeah, I can see where that could be taken, the wrong way. Like, hey, is it because we didn't know how to recruit?
Well, it's because we didn't extend our hand is the thing. So fortunately, there were some conversations, and we have extended the hand, and there's a lot of excitement. When we posted our Facebook welcome to Zone Fitness, they were so excited and very gracious about, our welcome to them. And they weren't aware of this at the time, but the weekend that people were doing the virtual half marathon that the Striders put on, I was out there doing my virtual half marathon, and I noticed this large contingent of Black runners with shirts on that said Zone Fitness Club. It's like, who are these people? I bet they're not HARRA members. And then when I finished my half marathon, and I had started at the running center in Memorial Park, Zone Fitness Club had built their own finish line arch with balloons for their runners that were finishing this virtual half marathon. Wow. And it's like, I got to have my picture made there. So
yeah.
We went over and they cheered for my little group. There was 3 of us. They cheered for us and it's like, and then the next week they were part of HARRA. They joined.
Yeah.
So,
and I my mom was actually a part of BARC, my main running club back late 80s, but early 90s when she ran the marathon. And yes, I mean, she stood out as a 5-foot Filipino woman. I mean, there's a bunch of white guys with their shirts off and shorts that are way too short. And I think maybe it hasn't progressed, or they don't see the representation of it progressing, because if I grew up that way, I can imagine other people feel the same way. Like, oh, it's just a little click of
yeah. And we definitely want to overcome that. And we do have a running club, maybe more than one, that's largely Hispanic, but it's not solely Hispanic. But, we definitely want to include all runners, like they say, all races, all paces.
Well, that's cool. I mean, we're the most diverse city here because everyone comes from somewhere else to be in a cool city, and I mean, just look at our food scene. So, I think we just have to be more intentional as far as recruiting people.
Yes,
just everybody. Like when I joined BARC, I mean, I live in Clear Lake, so I mean, we have everybody. Like even when my street has 20 houses, and every nationality is represented. So like, to me, this is totally normal, and it should be. But I think in BARC, we would always recruit people. I was recruiting people for the slow runners, had nothing to do with race, because that doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
No, let's make sure to recruit everybody. I see, like in the pandemic, I saw people walking that I've never seen in my neighborhood ever. Do you ever see that?
Yeah.
Like, I think they just wanted to get out of their house.
Exactly.
You are in the Houston running zone. We've got the runs.
Many years ago, when I was doing trail running a lot, we used to laugh at our group that would go to Huntsville all the time to run, that we were the United Nations, because we had my friend Nofel, who was Syrian, Shirley was British, Pamela was Australian. I mean, we were the United Nations, right?
Yeah, that's how it should be. We're in Houston.
Exactly.
And there's the half-breeds like myself. But I think, you know what? You had a good point about the Zone Fitness photo, and not just because they're a new club. I think we should have more photos so people kind of know, okay, I can be a walker. I can be someone that's just wanting to use it to lose weight, or, to do their first 5K. I think, the more photos people, if you're part of the HARRA, was it the group, Facebook group page, post up your photos. So people know that it's not just for people that are running, 3-hour marathons, because that's not going to happen with me.
No. And, we do have a Couch to 5K program that HARRA puts on called Power in Motion. And so they just finished their fall season.
Oh, super cool.
Yeah. So we'll have another Power in Motion. Of course, they have to do it via Zoom now. but it was successful. So they're going to, we'll have another one in the spring.
All right, super cool. And as things go back to normal, obviously we have the spring series and the fall series. I know the virtual thing is getting really old, but at the same time, a lot of these clubs, they're still giving back to charity. Like, all the runs are given to charity, right?
All that I'm associated with. So.
Yeah. I mean, like the HARRA warm-up series, there's
a.
It's called the warm-up series or called fall series? I always mix it up. Where's
it's
both?
The warm-up series. I mean, it's both. It's the fall series of warm-up race to the marathon. But it is true. Some people are saying, "Oh, I don't want to do a virtual race," and And I just keep telling them, you need to embrace the virtual run. Number one, we need to support these race directors that have been providing us quality races for years and years and years, and they still want to keep the running community connected. And they're doing the best they can to make the races as interesting, or the virtual races as interesting as they can. So I think it's important to support them. But also the charities that have benefited from these races, they're struggling with smaller donations from everybody. And so the fact that these virtual races are still going on and they're still contributing to their charities, I think is so important. And so I just wish everyone would just embrace the virtual. Yeah, I know it's tough, especially for the competitive group.
Oh, yes.
For me, not so much. But it's important to give back.
Definitely. So when things are back to normal, what are some of just a couple of local races that you personally prefer? Which ones do you like?
Well, of course, HARRA puts on the Bayou City Classic in the spring every year. And the Bayou City Classic, the proceeds from the Bayou City Classic goes back to Houston Parks. So that is very near and dear to my heart, that participation in that.
Do you guys still have it? I haven't done it the last couple of years, or
I've
actually never done. I've only volunteered at like 5 years in a row. Is it still at City Hall?
Yeah.
Although that's
there's
cool.
construction there, but yeah, it starts and finishes at City Hall. But
it's St. Arnold beer at the end, so that was perfect.
Exactly. It has a really good post-race party, and then we have the centipedes where everyone you can dress up as a theme, 6 people or more, and we call it a centipede. So I think that adds a little fun to the mix, and so that's an important race for me. And of course, I'm fond of the races down in the Seabrook area, the Bridge Series, of course, the Kemah Run over the bridge, the Galveston Run over the bridge, and then the LaPorte Run over the bridge, which benefits Bridge Over Troubled Water. So that's very close to my heart as well.
Well, I'll embarrass you one more time here because you just finished your 50th marathon.
In January, I finished my 50th marathon, and most likely my last.
Well, I mean, did you just do your first one? You're like, wow, I could do 49 more of these, or like, what brought that up? You just got addicted?
I never thought that it would turn into that when I ran my first one. I just wanted to run one. But, you have to be careful with the company you keep, I think. And peer pressure, it wasn't peer pressure, but it was just my community became marathon runners. And so,
there's other distances available, right? It's like, do you have?
Well, I did. The half, I'm embracing the half now, but and I did 6 ultras, so I count those towards my marathons as well. But my friends were all doing these marathons all over the world, and it's like, well, I want to go there, and I want to do that, and so they mount up pretty quickly.
So, what would be like the most unique runcation? Or, give us 2 of them that you really like. This is totally different.
For me, I did the Great Wall Marathon in 2008.
Wow.
And that was the year, of course, obviously it was in China, but that was the year that the Summer Olympics were held in China. And I was there the month before the Olympics. So Beijing was just preparing for the Olympics. So it was.
How many people do that? I mean, do they do it in like starts or how?
It's very limited. I think only like 300 people can do it. I forget the number, but it's very limited, and you have to go through a tour group to do it. Like I did it through Kathy Loper Events, but Marathon Tours goes there as well. but they can only have a certain number of runners on the wall. Mm-hmm. And of course it's just a 3 mile or 2 mile portion of the wall that you do twice, one on the way out and then one on the way back. But then you run through these little villages, and it was the best experience ever to do that.
I don't think we can top that one off. Maybe we should talk about future. Like, give me a dream race. How about that? One that you'd love to do sometime.
Well, my running has changed. I don't think I'm going to do another marathon. I'm trying to think of what it would be.
Nothing like icy cold or super hot or.
No.
We're in good company. I'm not doing that either.
Yeah.
I'm going to do Antarctica. I was like, why? Why would you do that?
But I have had friends to do Antarctica. You just have to time it so carefully. And
well, I've been, but I didn't run. I just walked it. It was great.
Yeah. But I had a friend that invited me to Antarctica. Well, she said you can tick off two continents at one time. They were doing South America, I think South America and Antarctica a few days apart or a week apart, maybe. But they did the South America race. And then when they got off of the run, they were told, get on the plane. The window of opportunity is closing in Antarctica, and we have to do it in the next 24 hours. Oh. So they got on a plane. They had to run 2 marathons with less than 24 hours apart. And I was so thankful I didn't go on that trip.
That would have been your last. You're like, yeah, I'm done. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the last question is, what do you do with your medals and your shirts? I mean, do you collect these? Do you put them in shoe boxes? Okay. You have to have a few.
I save all of my marathon medals. And I save a few of my half marathon medals, depending on where they were, if it was a cool medal or something like that. All the other medals I receive, I donate to Bling for Bravery.
Excellent.
Yeah, mm-hmm. I take it to Fleet Feet to give to Snowdrop or Bling for Bravery, or, I have a bag full of medals in my car right now for the next time I'm at Fleet Feet to drop it off. Because
no, that's a great, if you don't go to Fleet Feet or On the Run or any local, they're pretty much at every local running store. If you look up Bling for Bravery, if you have a bunch, he'll pick them up. He'll come to your house. That's great. Well, or just go to the Snowdrop Foundation. They're off of Katy Freeway. They repurpose them, and I'll definitely have them on because that's great. They repurpose them and of course give them to children who are doing their cancer treatments.
And I can't remember. Did I hear the guy from Bling for Bravery speak at Bark one time? I heard him speak one time or something. I don't know. I had his card.
Yes, and he always raises the most amount of money for the Snowdrop Foundation every year.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
For the Houston Marathon, as well as I believe even for the Snowdrop race over New Year's, which of course is deferred.
Virtual.
But he's amazing.
And the shirts, I donate most of those too. In fact, just recently I took a big box to Lord of the Streets, which is a group that works from the Episcopal Church. That's their charity arm to deal with homeless or people in need. So they want T-shirts. They have a need for T-shirts and socks. But anyway, I give them,
especially this time of year. Yeah, socks are very important. Well, thanks so much for sharing. We'll definitely have you back on when we actually have races that we can actually run.
Well, that'll be nice when we get to all see each other and hug each other at a post-race party and give high fives and all that. I look forward to that time. Yeah, so it's going to be awkward in a positive way. Like, how do we do this? Trying to bump elbows. Yeah. If someone's going to get elbowed to the face accidentally, it's going to be weird. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks again. And look forward to seeing you soon at an upcoming race. Appreciate it. Okay. Thank you, Keith. I appreciate the opportunity. And you can follow HARRA on Facebook and Instagram at HARRA Run. So
And it's HARRA.org. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Terrific. Well, once again, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Podcasts are obviously free. Always ask if you know someone that could use this information, just share it with them. And if you want to be the first to find out about upcoming weekly episodes, you can hit the subscribe button. I think it's also the follow button if you're on Amazon, or just kind of depends on your podcasting service. And if you like the episode, hey, rate us 5 stars, give us a quick review if you're on Apple Podcasts, and look forward to sharing another episode next week.
Thanks for visiting the Houston Running Zone. If you know someone you'd like to be featured in the zone, go to thehoustonrunningzone.com and send us a message. Until next week, always remember, Houston, we've got the runs.